This video is for Higher Graphic Communication assignment for 2022, which was the Dune digger toy. In this video, we are going to look at assembling the digger. Before you assemble, you will have needed to make all 4 parts. Something to note when it comes to the assembly of the Dune digger is that the hook must be placed at 45 degrees. So we're going to have to use an orientated constraint to make sure that it is at 45 degrees. So the first thing we want to do is open up a new assembly. So go to File, New, make sure you have selected Metric, and then click a standard millimeter assembly. And then what we want to do is place the parts. So we're going to place the hook, wheel, cab, and bucket. We're going to press once, and then we're going to press Escape. And then we have to place a further 3 wheels. So I'm going to click wheel and click another 3 wheels. So we should have 4 wheels and then 1 of each other part. As always, it is easier for us to make sure that we have grounded a part before we start constraining them so that everything can join to that without moving around. So in this case, the majority of the things join to the cab, so we're going to ground that. So I'm going to right click the cab and make sure that it's selected grounded. First thing I'm going to do is look at putting the wheels on. So we want to make sure that before we put on the wheels that they are kind of similar in terms of the direction that they're going to go into. So I'm going to then click constrain, and I'm going to go the centre of the axle to the centre of the wheel and press OK. Then drag it out to make things easier, and then we want to stick this kind of inner circle at the 30 to the side of the cab, and we're going to repeat that with every wheel. So centre of the axle to the centre of the wheel, and then the side of the cab to the inside of the little circle. Now you can see when we come to these wheels that we're going to have to rotate them around slightly just to make it easier. So I'm just going to hold G down in my keyboard so that I can kind of spin it around. And then again, I'm just going to constrain centre to centre, and then the inside of this circle to the edge of the cab. And then again with this wheel, hold down G just to spin it around. And then constrain centre to centre. And then the edge of the cab to the inside part of the wheel, like so. And there we have all of the wheels connected. Next, we're going to look at connecting the bucket to the front of the cab. So again, I'm going to hold down G just so that I can kind of get it roughly in the correct way. So it's facing the right direction, and we want to do the centre of the little kind of dowel to the centre of the part that it's going to connect to, and press OK. Drag that out, and then we're going to constrain one side of this to the kind of inside of where it's going to be, and again press OK. And last but not least, we need to kind of stop it from moving. So we're going to use Align, and we're going to ask Inventor to align, and click the second box in Solution, the top of the cab to the kind of top part of the hook of the bucket. And then again, press OK, and it should now no longer move. Lastly, we're going to connect the hook and we're going to make sure that it's set at 45 degrees. So the first thing we're going to do is do the center to center, just so that it's kind of joined in. And again, for example, mine's is kind of flipped around the other way. So I'm just going to use G to kind of turn it around so that it's roughly the same direction. Like so. And then try that again. Constrain to constrain. Yep, there we go, center to center. And then again, stick one side to the other side and press OK. And now we want to set it so that it will be at 45 degrees. So I'm going to use constrain, but this time I'm going to use angle, and I want to make sure that my angle is at 45 degrees. And we want to make sure that it is kind of an undirected angle. And we want to say that at the side of this cab, the kind of front surface of the rectangle, and then this part here of the hook must be at 45 degrees. And you can see that it is angled that up so that it's at 45 degrees. And then we can just press OK. And there, the hook is now fully secured. So that is the assembly done. We can now look at saving it, going to File, Save As, and saving it somewhere safe.